One of the biggest issues that Logic Pro users run into isn't sound, it's speed. Sessions just take way longer than they need to. I picked up some really useful habits over time that I want to share with you to help you to get faster around Logic Pro. So the first one is Control, Alt and U, and that allows you to search tracks. So if you've got a massive session and you can't find certain channel, certain sound that you're looking for, certain track that you're looking for, you can just quickly find it and type it in, click on it, and it's going to go straight to it. And that is so useful. Bear in mind, the default for that is Command, Option and T. So if you need to change that, just go to settings, go to key commands, edit assignments, type in track search, and it's going to tell you what your key command is. I've changed mine to Control, Option and U because the default was being used by something else. The next habit, the next thing I like to do is pretty simple, and that's just joining regions. All you got to do is just highlight the regions, press J, and it's gonna join your regions. If I want to join multiple, I just grab all of them and press Command and J. Then I'm gonna have it all on one region. But that's not just it though. What I like to do is if I want to clean that up and organize my session, I'll highlight the track and then press Shift, Option and N. Then I can name the channel. So if I wanted to name all of these, I would just highlight all of them and press Shift, Option, N, and they will all change. So that's a nice way just to keep things organized. So the next thing I use a lot is duplicating regions. So we can just quickly press Command and D and we can duplicate a region. Let's see, we've got something else with some stuff on there. So we duplicate region and then we can just drag that down. Quickest way to do that is just to choose your region, press Alt, drag it down, and everything is going to be on there. So whatever regions you've got on that channel, just going to get duplicated nice and quick, and as well as all the processing that's on there as well. The next habit, shortcut that I like to use a lot is opening an instrument on the channel. So instead of going over to the left inspector and clicking on the instrument, sometimes you might not want to do that. You might even have your inspector closed. So all you got to do is press Shift, double click on the icon, and it's going to bring up your instrument. So cool, absolutely love that. And if it's on an audio file and you've got, say for example, a compressor on there in your first slot, you double click on the icon, it's going to bring up your compressor or whatever it is in your first slot. Nice and quick. So the next one I like to use a lot is just adding effects on the channel. Quick way to do that is press Control, Command and P, and you can just search whatever effects you're looking for and then just click. Nice and quick, nice and simple, speeding up your workflow. Instead of going over to your left and looking through or using the search, just use that. Speeds up your workflow 10x. Another quick way to open up your instruments is by pressing Option and 1. And if you've got some effects on that channel and you want to open, say, the first insert, press Option and 2. So for me, my shortcuts are Option and 1 and Option and 2. If you want to change yours to whatever works for you, just press Option K to open up your key command assignments and just type in open and close, and then you can just assign whatever key command you want for that. The next big one for me that really does help to speed up the workflow is being able to just automate whatever it is that I want to on that channel. So if I wanted to automate something in Pro Q4 and without having this turned on, I'd have to do it the old way. Go to Latch, turn it on Latch, and then do my automation within Pro Q4, which isn't the way that I want to do things. There's a much quicker and easier way. So if you go to Mix and you just turn on Auto Select Automation Parameter in Read Mode, turn that on. Now, when I do something in Pro Q4, you're going to see movement in the window. So I press play. So I just click on A, turn on automation, make the necessary automation that I need on there. Love that. So I don't want that, so I'll get rid of that. So this next one I'm about to show you is gold. Don't know if you noticed just now when I was doing the automation that I was able to undo the moves on the actual Pro Q4. By default, you can't do that. So if you've ever made like a fader change, or you've done something in a mix and you thought, oh, I didn't want to do that, and now you can't remember what you've done. So what I'm about to show you allows you to undo fader moves. It allows you to undo moves that you've done inside a plugin, which is incredible. So all you got to do is press Command, Option, and Z, and that's going to bring up a little window. And all you got to do is just make sure you got include parameter changes from mixer turned on and plugin, and now you're good to go. So I'll change that. Rhythm changes. I can just do that. I can make the changes. The next thing I like to do is being able to just play from wherever I put the playhead, and that's just by pressing Shift. Another cool one. So that allows you just to play from any spot that you want. Instead of having to go at the top of your timeline, you can just do it from there. The other thing as well that can be a bit annoying is if you're playing a MIDI region in between a note, like a chord or something, you're not going to hear it. So you see there, I've got my chord and I'm trying to play it from that point. Can't hear anything. So we're just going to turn on MIDI chase, which allows you to hear the MIDI from in between a note. So we're going to press Option P, go to MIDI, click on chase, turn on notes and sustained, and now we can hear the note. Those are some of the habits that I've picked up in Logic Pro and that I use daily inside my sessions. Once you start using these a lot, it just becomes second nature, helps to speed up your workflow and your editing and all that good stuff. If you like this type of video, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button so other Logic Pro users can get to see the video. Appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.